Good evening, everyone, and welcome here for the round of Utah for the first race ever at this racetrack. It's a road course, but it races a whole lot like a speedway, sort of, because you're going in an oval with a few right-handers, but this has got some long straightaways, and the long straights have rewarded Jordan Davis and his Yamp Motorsports team to pole position. For the third time this season, Jordan Davis is flying. Davis coming off 3 wins in the last 4 races. He holds a 55-point lead over Ryan Griffin, 97 over Guy, and 129 over Weeks. At Young and Acosta, that is all the drivers left fighting for the title. Those 6 drivers. Everyone else is mathematically eliminated. But for this race this afternoon, the win is on the table. Jordan Davis is looking for another win. Jesse Turner just looking for a win before the season is out. He's on the outside of the front row. Ryan Griffin looking to try and cut the gap down. He starts 3rd today. Charles Sanford, he's won on the road courses this season. He starts from 4th. Ryan Acosta is yet to win since 2017 Daytona. He starts in 5th this afternoon. Dylan Schwellenberg got a win at Canadian Tire earlier in the year. It has not been the best season for him since Dylan Schwellenberg starts 6th. Guy there in 7th. Bassinger 8th. Young and Weeks rounding out the top 10, with Curtis Racing having a good run in qualifying in 11th and 12th. New Hampshire, a lot of post-race penalties coming out of that race. Some drivers getting grid penalties leaving that race. So drivers that had to go further back, Bobby Jones and Nick Mace qualified top 10, but they will start deep down the order after penalties from New Hampshire. Now, for round 26, let's get it underway. Getting set and ready to go racing here at Provo, Utah. Jordan Davis has been on fire this last few races. Can he get another victory? He has been so fast. Jesse Turner alongside of him, looking for his first win of 2019. Ryan Griffin looking to just beat Davis this afternoon. Sanford there in row 2 as well. As we get ready for our first race at Provo. Here we go. Green flag is out. Jordan Davis got off to a great start. Contact further back. Charles Sanford's been spun around, spinning like a top. And a bunch of cars are out of it. Eric DeMax in the 6th car further back is on the grass and is out of the race. Here's what happened. Charles Sanford tried to go up the middle on Jesse Turner, and he ends up making contact with Turner into Jeffrey Guy. Spins around, gets hit by Kyle Collins. John Art was there as well. Art gets clobbered by Eric DeMax. Jeffrey Lynn gets damaged as well, as TJ Martin and everyone further back gets held up and loses a lot of time. Meanwhile, at the front of the pack, it is really kind of single file for the most part. They settle themselves out, but they are 3 wide with DJ Curtis and Zachary Fitzwater. Curtis able to get ahead of the Fitzy. Gets ahead of him, and Davidson is able to make pass. Bobby Jones making contact with Fitzwater, trying to make a move around the outside, but Fitzwater should have the preferred line to get that one done. Meanwhile, Jordan Davis is trying to get out with an early advantage here on lap 1 of the race, lap 2 now. But, man, Griffin and Acosta side by side. Acosta and Turner up here battling. They're nearly 3 wide. Turner and Acosta has not won a race in 2019. They'd love to get it done here at Provo near the end of the season. Acosta's passed his teammate. Turner's passed Griffin as well. Griffin losing positions here early on. Here comes Jeffrey Guy, who had a car bounce off his door. He keeps on going. Side by side, Griffin ekes out ahead. Now Turner's going to make his charge up to 2nd place to the inside of Ryan Acosta side by side, heading down this long stretch, heading off into turn 2. Turner's got the preferred lines, going to be able to get that position done. Bassinger side by side with Dylan Schwellenberg. That is a position for 6th place. Dejon Weeks is there as well. Jillian Young hanging a little further back in 9th. Luis Hernandez holding solid there in the top 10 with his teammate DJ Curtis right behind him. Bobby Jones, Davidson, and Fitzwater making up part of the top 15. But up ahead, still racing hard, Guy gets shoved way wide, and Guy has to make a move to pit road. I'm not sure what happened. I believe Guy was just needing to come to pit road, and he ends up going in the gravel, and it makes it look like someone shoved him off. But Guy unscheduled stop here on lap 3 of the race, and this could hurt him this afternoon. Collins and Harple, who were involved in that crash here on lap 1 and turn 1, they're both on pit road as well. DJ Curtis looking to get into the top 10 with a pass on his teammate. Curtis Racing looking very solid in these last few races, and Curtis moving his way past his teammate. Both cars are now in the top 10. Looks like there's a problem for Fitzwater in the 22. Looks like he's slow and out of the way. Something is amiss with Zachary Fitzwater, possibly a cut tire. Dejon Weeks looks like he's in trouble a little bit. Here comes Bassinger round the outside, trying to get 6th place away, but Weeks digging hard on the inside, but Bassinger has the run off to make that pass done. Charles Sanford trying to get back out there in the 24 with no hood in that 24. It's not been a good race to start off for him, but he's going to try and get as much points as possible as he rejoins the race. Dylan Young looking to get around Jake Bassinger. Bassinger had worked his way around of Dejon Weeks, but Weeks worked his way right back by. And Dylan Young going to try and do the same, but a little contact from Bassinger. Some hard-nosed racing. Bassinger gets out ahead again, but on the inside, the Imp cars trying to dive it back up the inside, but Bassinger gets the position back. Bobby Jones worked his way around Luis Hernandez for position, and now he's also ahead of DJ Curtis. Bobby Jones up to 9th place. Young continuing to race really hard with Bassinger. Looked like he possibly could clear Bassinger, but Bassinger again working on Dylan Young and able to hold him back again. Dejon Weeks has gotten ahead of his teammate of Dylan Schwellenberg. He is now up to P5. Schwellenberg has had a pretty good race car this last week. New Hampshire was a pretty good race for him, and even here now, whoa, contact further back. Hernandez and Davidson made contact, leaving turn 1. Sideways was Davidson, and he lost a little bit of time there. Jordan Fisher is up to 12th now, around the outside of Davidson. Chris Dodd further back, I'm looking here. Him and James Richardson and even Nick Mays had grid penalties, or not really grid penalties, but they started out back. Nick Mays had a grid penalty, same with Richardson, but Dodd didn't. They had poor starting positions, but they're up here in the top half of the field. Now, Ryan Acosta back to the inside of Jesse Turner. Race for 2nd position. Jordan Davis is getting away, about a 3-second lead out front. Davis looking so strong again this afternoon. Acosta did clear Turner, but Turner trying to do a crossover back around the outside here. And Turner tried to make it work, but not going to happen there. Acosta's up to 2nd place. Here they go again. Turner, Acosta, side by side, down in turn 2. And Turner does get the position back. It looked like he was going to try and make it work, but he had to wait a lap to get that position back away from Acosta. Turner's in 2nd again. Jeffrey Fengai has an uphill battle today. He came in this race 97 points back and needed something big to happen. But it looks as though a title bid for the 2019 championship season is possibly done this afternoon, unless something bad happens to Jordan Davis. Fengai has a long ways to go as he's 30 seconds down to the leader of Jordan Davis. How about this? Some of these guys racing further back here. How about Diego Yepes trying to clear Daniel Bouchard and AJ Jones? These guys don't usually get TV time. They're having a good scrap. That's for the 29th position, 29th, 30th, and 31st. And here comes AJ Jones in the Barton Racing Enterprises car. The inside in that 93 car, able to make 2 passes there. What a move by AJ Jones. Dylan Schwellenberg a little bit under attack. Bobby Jones having a great run this afternoon. He is charging to the front. He had a great qualifying effort. Had to take a 10th-place grid drop. He's now back where he qualified, basically. And Jones on the back end of Dylan Young. What a run for Bobby Jones today this afternoon. Dylan Schwellenberg losing a handful of positions, but he's still having a good day in the top 10. Bobby Jones looking to get 7th place for Young, and he's going to get away very easily. And up ahead, Bassinger is able to get ahead of Dejon Weeks. That's for 5th place. Looking like we may get another race for 5th. Weeks is on that back end of the 97, looking for a way past. A little contact there from Jake Bassinger. And Bassinger playing some defense, trying to hang on to that 5th place. Jeffrey Lynn a little further back in 15th. He's had a pretty good run with his average finishes ever since returning since Road America. He's finished in the top 15 in every race, I believe. Pretty close to it, if not. Jeffrey Lynn in a damaged race car after lap 1. Same with Nick Mays there. He got held up by a grid penalty starting 29th. He's up to 16th place. Matt DeLeo behind him. Then it is Matthew Rodriguez who started on the last row of the grid. Chris Dodd, poor start for him, poor qualifying. Down in 19th, Richardson making up the top 20. Jordan Davis continues to extend his lead so far. What a season it has been for Davis at near the end of this one. He has been so good. Pole on Thursday, or pole on Friday, and Jordan Davis has been looking so good. 3 wins in the last 4 races, looking to try and make it 4 wins in the last 5 races. He has been on fire. Ryan Griffin holding a solid 4th for right now in today's race, but even he knows that's not good enough. Needs to be making up points. Jordan Davis out front, all he needs to do to clinch the title is finish in the top 5 for the remainder of the season. And Davis doesn't even want to settle for less. He wants to win the races. He wants to win the last 5 races and be the most successful driver of 2019 in all categories. Problems on the track with TJ Martin. Martin in the 71 car was running pretty far back. He was in 34th after pitting earlier, and that is not good news for the Turner cars, especially for Turner and Bassinger. They get the same engines as Martin. Side by side for 5th, Cody Lamas looks like he's going to be able to take this position away from DJ Curtis, and Lamas is up into the top 10. Jake Bassinger looking to try and get this position away from Ryan Griffin, not able to. That Allen Family Racing Team speed that they have down the straightaway is pretty big, but Bassinger still working hard on Griffin through the S-bend there. And Bassinger still in a preferred groove to try and fight this battle, trying to get up into 4th place. And Bassinger will get this position done, moving his way up into 4th place. No, I spoke too soon. Here comes Griffin again. And Ryan Griffin fights back in the 43 car. Says not so fast. And Ryan Griffin still holds 4th over Bassinger. Bassinger looks like he's got the better car, but Griffin put his car where he needed to. And a little further back, Lamas is up to 9th. Dylan Schwellenberg has moved his way down to 10th. Schwellenberg's going to need to make some adjustments once pit stops happen. He's down in 10th place. Problems for John Art. He's blowing a motor, and Ryan Griffin has ran in the back of him. Ryan Griffin has ran in the back of John Art, who blew a motor down in turn 1 on lap 24 of the race. Art in his 3 car qualified him, has been very well this weekend, but Art is going to be out of the race, and up ahead, Ryan Griffin ran right in the back of him, and I wonder how that's going to affect the race car for Ryan Griffin. On board Ryan Griffin, just down in turn 1, Art blew up, and I don't know if he knew where he was going to go, but right in the back of him and spun him around a little bit. Lost some positions with that as well, and has a little bit of front-end damage. With that, Ryan Griffin has dropped down to 8th place and is under fire from Cody Lamas to lose another place. There he goes. That's going to hurt a little bit aerodynamics of that 43 Dodge, and this is not what Griffin needed today. With Jordan Davis out front poised for a 4th win in the last 5 races, this could be trouble for him in the title hunt. Jeffrey Fenguy isn't giving up. With that, he's up into 20th place right now. Fenguy 35 seconds back to Jordan Davis right now. And he's going to have to do damage control in this race this afternoon. Still a long race to go. Zayden Davidson looking to take over 12th place from Luis Hernandez. The Curtis Racing cars were running pretty close together, but now they're split by Davidson. And a little further back, Nick Mays is closing in on this battle. It wasn't long ago, lap 1 of the race, Mays was held up because of a wreck that he was behind because of a grid penalty. He's got a real good car, and he's proven it this race. He's up in the top 15. He's trying to run these guys down to get in the top 10. Nick Mays has ran down Luis Hernandez. This is a race for 13th place. And Nick Mays, he has been on a charge. He's had a good race car a lot in these last few races, especially on the road courses. And the penalty he got coming in this race weekend, he was pretty frustrated about because he figured this was going to be a good chance for him to grab a victory. And he's got a good race car, and it's a shame he started out back and he got held up from that first wreck. He's up to 13th, and he's poised to get a top 10 run today. Curtis Racing has been making great gains, and it's good to see that both cars are in the top 15 and have decent pace. And DJ Curtis has been really making good progress with this race team in the last few events. And Curtis gets by Dylan Schwellenberg, one of the greatest road racers here. He's a good road bringer. But a shame that Schwellenberg's team has just not been on par as his teammates have. And Schwellenberg gets knocked out of the top 10, but DJ Curtis, it's good to see Curtis Racing be strong enough to contend for a top 10 run these last few races. Zayden Davidson looking to move up another position as well, trying to get up to 11th place. Gonna be able to get around Dylan Schwellenberg. And Schwellenberg continues to struggle with the handling of his race car. He's down another spot. Jordan Davis is roughly up 9 seconds on second place, Jesse Turner. He has been the class car of the field, earned pole, and has just controlled the race since they went green flag racing. And Jordan Davis looks very good out front. And man, Jordan Davis has been extending the lead gap every race. He's been finishing the top 5 every race since Chicagoland. And I am just amazed. This could possibly be 10 races in a row that Jordan Davis has finished 5th or better, and possibly a 4th win in the last 5 races. Davis has been on fire, and he is known to usually do that. And near the end of the season is when Davis gets hot, and it's going to be so tough to beat him for the 2019 championship. As we're coming up on pit stops, what can anybody do to try and shake the one car out of the lead? Or is it all over? We have to run the laps out and see. Turner and Acosta that are winless this season, 2nd and 3rd, having a good run right now. A little further back, there is some good racing further back with Steven Jenkins, Jack Halleck, and PJ Williams. They're all getting racy as much as they can. That's for 22nd position. Jenkins able to get ahead of Halleck, and Halleck trying to stay ahead of PJ Williams. Williams in this race knows he needs to try and perform as good as he can. He needs to beat that 27 and the 83 as much as possible as the races tick away, because they're in a fight for the top 30 and over points battle. Which, speaking of them, Carson Scott's in this race as well for Hero Motorsports. He's in the top 20 right now, with Matt DeLeo continuing to be very solid for Fuel Brothers in 19th. Nick Mays has worked his way around Dylan Schwellenberg, and he is now up into 11th position. And I believe somebody has pitted from the lead, it seems, because somebody is, Zayden Davidson has moved into the top 10, and I'm not sure who's pitted. Nobody's pitted. Dylan Young is out of the race from the top 10. Young was having such a solid race, running right there in between 6th and 8th, and Young is out of it. Here's why. Running behind Bobby Jones in 7th, and Dylan Young goes out of the race for an engine failure. The second engine that goes up in smoke. It is a Ford driver, and it's a Yamp car. So Yamp and Turner, they get the same engines from each other. I'm not entirely sure on that, but a Yamp and a Turner engine has let go, and Dylan Young is out of it. Fenguy continuing to not give up. He is up into 18th place. He is caught up to Chris Dodd and Matthew Rodriguez, which is a battle for 16th place. He's trying to get any point he can right now. Now, this is very interesting. Some cars running way wide, like Ryan Griffin there in the gravel, but some drivers are coming down pit road. A lot of drivers are, including the leader, Jordan Davis. This is lap 40 of the race. Can these guys make it all the way on fuel? We're not quite halfway in the race. It's going to be pushing it as everyone's on pit road. Well, this is going to be quite interesting. It's not quite halfway in the race, because right now they would make it to lap 80 if they can only do the same amount of laps they did just now. Oh, this could be interesting. I wonder if they can make it or not. Dejan Weeks should be coming down pit road here. Weeks stayed out a lap later, and that could make all the difference. Man, these drivers going wide in the gravel there. Same with Bouchard. But here comes Curtis. He's going to make the dive to pit road as well, but before he does that, he's going to go in the gravel. Davidson's going to make up time, try and beat him in the pit road. Everyone's coming down. Curtis, Davidson, Schwellenberg. As James Richardson, he's a lap down. who all else has stayed out? Matthew Rodriguez and Chris Dodd are staying out an extra lap. That is interesting. Dodd and Rodriguez staying out again. Jordan Davis in the one car should wind up being the leader as everything starts to cycle out. The leaders have pitted. Here comes Rodriguez and Dodd. They were not able to be ahead of the one car, so an upset win could not happen, it seems, for Rodriguez or Dodd. They were a little too far back. However, for some drivers, it's going to be interesting to see what they can and can't do. Jesse Tunner. Oh, someone stopped. That's James Richardson right dead on the line for lap 42. And out of the running, it seems, or at least going to have to figure out what's wrong with that 34 car. Another Ford engine has let go, it seems. Unbelievably, Sean Harple has stayed out the longest to lap 43. And Harple looks set to make it all the way on one stop for sure. I'm not sure about everyone else, though. Everyone may be able to, but it's cutting it pretty close. Racing for position, Dejon Weeks. This would be for 4th place. Bassinger trying to get it back. Bobby Jones is there, too. Jones to the inside of Dejon Weeks. Jake Bassinger's there, too. They are very close. Bobby Jones looks like he's going to get this position done. Dejon Weeks drives it back to the inside, though. Hard racing, and Weeks looks like he's going to be able to hold 4th. But Bobby Jones not giving up without a fight. He's got a good car for this race. He's got affiliate teammate Bassinger there, too. That's his own boss. And, wow, Jones getting his elbows out today, having a great run out there. Good to see Bobby Jones having a good run this afternoon. His teammates in the top 10 as well. Weeks is in 4th, Bassinger's 5th. Now, Bobby Jones back to 6th. 7th place, 7th place, Cody Lamas. 8th place is Nick Mace. A great rebound for him. And then there's Zayden Davidson in 9th. And rounding out the top 10 right now is DJ Curtis. AJ Jones goes off the track a little bit. Luis Hernandez is in 11th. Jordan Fisher in 12th. And how about Dylan Schwellenberg? He fell a ways down the order. Same with Ryan Griffin. It seems as though Griffin in the 43 had to make adjustments there, and it really cost him. He's down the order down to 14th. Ryan Acosta has closed the gap on Jesse Tunner. Both drivers have yet to win a race in 2019, and it's looking very scarce to try and get it done here, but they're doing a great job, a great effort by both Acosta and Turner this afternoon to be in position to do something side by side with the lap car. Caleb Hoffman there, putting him a 1 lap down. It's got to be very frustrating for Caleb Hoffman in the 94. Hoffman going a lap down to those drivers. He is in 25th place. His teammate TJ Martin's out of the race, but seeing Jesse Tunner go by in 3rd place. And while Hoffman is 1 lap down, that has got to be frustrating for both cars with the same race cars. Just the exact same race cars and different positions on the racetrack. Hoffman struggling with his car more than Jesse Tunner is. It looks like it's more affiliated with Turner and Bassinger's driving styles than it is with Hoffman. Reason Hoffman may be leaving the team at season's end. He will be driving for Rodriguez Racing in 2020 in a 3rd car. But further back, Dejon Weeks looks like he's getting a little bit away from Jake Bassinger. Bobby Jones has lost touch with them guys. Still holds 6th place, but a little further back, Zayden Davidson trying to make do with DJ Curtis. Curtis out in the dirt there. That was a battle for 9th. Jeffrey Fenguy continues to be on a march this afternoon. He came from the back. He's in 11th place right now. Hernandez is under fire from Griffin. Both drivers not wanting to give up yet. The 92 and the 43 charging as hard as they can to get as much points back as possible. And finishing in the top 10 is exactly how to get points back. 2 points per position in the top 10, and that's where they're aiming for. They're in 11th and 12th. Schwellenberg looking to get another position on Hernandez. Hernandez has had a solid race weekend, but he's really struggling with the handling his race car a little bit. He is down to 14th now, and here comes Fisher on his back bumper. And Rodriguez, who started last row on the grid, there he is in 16th place, closing in on a top 15 run. Fisher looking for any way to get past that 4 car. Lamas has ran down Bobby Jones. This is for 6th place. Bobby Jones has been doing so well this race. Lamas been making his way up the order as well like Jones. They are side by side. And Lamas is able to get this position away. Move him up to 6th. However, there's some drivers on pit road as we come close to 20 to go. Maybe they realize they're not going to be able to make it all the way on fuel. Bassinger is on pit road, same with Finn guys, same with Lamas. Jeffrey Lynn's back there. So some drivers cutting it in half in the closing stages of this race. Dejon Weeks doing the same thing from 4th place, was closing in on Turner, and Dejon Weeks is on pit road. More drivers like DJ Curtis is on pit road as well. I can't believe they wouldn't at least try it and try and save some fuel. But up ahead, Matthew Arriguez in the 99 looking to get around Luis Hernandez. This is currently for the 11th position. Looks like he's going to be able to get it done. Well, with less than 20 laps to go, Jordan Davis holds about a 26-second lead, really. Could be more over Ryan Acosta than it is Jesse Turner. Where is Acosta? There he is. Acosta's in 2nd place. Then it is Turner in 3rd. 4th is Bobby Jones. 5th place is Nick Mason, the 48 car. Then it is Zayden Davidson in the 13. There he is. Then it is Ryan Griffin, Dylan Schwellenberg, Jordan Fisher, and Matthew Arriguez. That's the top 10 drivers. Then it is 11th, Luis Hernandez, and Jordan Davis has yet to stop. Is he going to make it all the way on fuel? Is he going to pit again? Who's going to try and stretch it? Will anybody try to? Ryan Acosta from 2nd place is out. Acosta has blown the motor in the 45 car from 2nd place, and it is a gun. Was trying to save fuel to be able to try and sneak a win out if Davis had to pit, and the engine lets go. 15 laps to go. Jordan Davis is lapping into the top 10. Granted, some of them have pitted. A lot of the drivers have. But Davis is on rails on a road course. When you can lap through into the top 10, you know you are on rails. I would not be surprised if this is the same car that he ran at Bathurst, where he just was so fast. Jordan Davis is having a career season, really, and I am impressed. Very impressed. Ryan Griffin back there in 6th place, trying to make something happen of it in this race. But looking a little further back, Jesse Turner's in 2nd place now. There he is, plus 30 seconds behind. 32 back. Then it is Bobby Jones in the 98 car in 3rd place. Nick Mason's in 4th. 5th place is Zayden Davidson in the 13 car. There is Davidson. Then Ryan Griffin back in 6th, racing Schwellenberg, who's in 7th. Jordan Fisher and Matthew Arriguez racing hard there. That is for 8th place. And they got Jordan Davis right there in the 1 car that's trying to put them both a lap down. And Davis needs to be careful not to wreck himself trying to put him a lap down. Jordan Davis is coming down pit road. Jordan Davis is heading to pit road. And it will be about 12 laps to go whenever he does make his final pit stop. Where is he going to line up? There's Ryan Griffin and Bobby Jones. Bobby Jones and Ryan Griffin are on pit road as well. They can't make it. They're having to come down pit road. Where is Jesse Turner in all of this? There he is. Can he beat Jordan Davis out? No, Turner's going to have to come down pit road as well. Going through the gravel. That's going to cost him some time there. Turner to pit road. Nick Mason also is going to have to come down pit road. So it looks like everybody is coming down pit road other than Zayden Davidson on this lap. But Jordan Davis has had to, there he is, leaving pit road. Nobody is able to save enough fuel, and Davis keeps the lead. Zayden Davidson stayed out a lap longer. He's now on pit road as well. Dylan Schwellenberg continues to stay out. He'll get into 2nd place. Now, Dylan Schwellenberg is on pit road with about 10 laps to go. People are still coming down pit road, getting tires and fuel. Well, as pit stops start to cycle out a little bit, let's take you through the field real quick, because some drivers have yet to pit for a 2nd time. And I think you can see on the timing sheet, Davis is your leader. 2nd place is Matthew Arriguez, yet to pit in the 99 car. From the last row on the grid, Matthew Arriguez. He could possibly finish 2nd after starting 41st. What a drive by Matthew Arriguez so far. Dejon Weeks with a great pit stop. He's there in 3rd. 4th is Jake Bassinger. 5th place, Cody Lama. 6th is Jesse Turner. Then it is Bobby Jones in 7th. Chris Dodd's yet to pit in the 44. There he is in 8th place. 9th is Nick Mace. 10th place is the 25 of Sean Harple, but he's racing Jeffrey Fenguy. Harple is yet to pit as well, and the 25 car, we know that 25 gets good gas mileage because he won at Trois Rivières earlier in the season, not having to pit at all. And he holds the final top 10 spot, while the 92 of Jeffrey Fenguy looks for a way to get around. There's Dylan Schwellenberg. They're in 12th. Then it is Zayden Davidson in 13th. 14th, DJ Curtis. And 15th is Jordan Fisher. Jordan Davis has put him a lap down. And problems for Ryan Griffin when he was doing pit stops. Griffin has blown the motor coming to pit road. And I think it happened because he was shifting down and he blew the gearbox out. And Ryan Griffin, this is seriously gonna hurt his chances of a championship. And it looks as though if Jordan Davis can close this out, that Davis will have over 2 races of a point lead on second place. With about 5 laps of racing to go, Dejon Weeks has ran on the back bumper of Matthew Rodriguez, trying to go around the outside of him. Rodriguez does not have any fresh tires like Weeks does. And Weeks is going to eat him up. And there he goes, trying to get second place away. Rodriguez, there's no way he can fight that. He's going to try and get the best position he can in this race. He's on the back bumper. Weeks nearly hitting him there. But Rodriguez going to drop down to third. There is nothing he can do with old tires compared to the new ones that everyone else has. Matthew Rodriguez has been in complete saving mode in these last few laps, trying to save gas. He has dropped from second down to near outside the top 10 now. He looks like he's not even going to make it. Going to probably fall, I don't even know. Chris Dodd's going to have to come down pit road in the 44, having to give up 7th place. But Matthew Rodriguez in the 99 really trying to nurse that car home. He has fell way down the order now. Looks as though he's going to drop down a few more positions. Schwellenberg trying to get this position done. But behind him, Jordan Davis. This is going to be the white flag for him. Dodd's going to fall outside the top 10. Sucks for him. But the white flag's out. Davis. What a drive it has been for Davis. It has been, what, 10 races now that Jordan Davis has been just on a roll. Right now, Ryan Griffin is going to finish down in 34th place. He's only going to get 6 points, and if Davis can just come around, he'll get 50 points, and he'll gain 44 points on Ryan Griffin, meaning Griffin will be 99 behind, which is just 1 point under 2 races back. Unbelievable. And the Carl's Jr. Ford. Jordan Davis rounding for home. It's going to be a Yamp 1-2, with Dejon Weeks going to be finishing second, more than likely further back. And Jordan Davis going to get his 5th win of the season and 4 wins in the last 5 races. Jordan Davis is the victor here at Provo as he takes the checker flag. Jordan Davis dominated the race. 30-plus seconds up the road from Dejon Weeks. And there's Weeks so far back. But he's going to be able to get second place. He'll lose 4 points this afternoon. He's finally going to be able to come back to line. Here he comes, the final corner. Dejon Weeks will get second place. Jake Bassinger is going to get third. And is going to take that 7th place in points away from Turner and Sanford. Turner's going to come home in 5th place. And Cody Lamas, he gets his second top 5 of the entire 2019 season. And further back, Bobby Jones, a great day. 6th place for him. And 7th for Nick Mays after starting deep in the field. And Fenguy rebounds. What a drive for Fenguy. Quietly gets back in the top 10. And salvages a good finish out of there for his 19th top 10 of the year. And how about Rodriguez holds on to get a top 10 finish, and Davidson beats out Schwellenberg to get into the top 10. Schwellenberg does not get a top 10, and Rodriguez hangs on. He went into complete save mode at the end. I thought he was out of gas. He lost so much time, but he managed to get a top 10 out of that by saving fuel. And a little further back, Schwellenberg, yep, the only guy that last guy that finished on the lead lap. 11 cars on a road course finished on the lead lap because Jordan Davis, he's already in the garage and celebrating while everyone else just got back to pit road. Unbelievable. That was it for Utah here at Provo. Jordan Davis is a winner 5 times this season. 4 wins in the last 5 races. Wow. 14th career win, Jordan Davis. Let's get you to our finishing results and standings after round 26.